land of ours is under attack. The time has come, we're gonna take it back. Just wait and see. Don't tread on me. I won't sit back, stand idly by, watch the heart of my nation die. Oh, not me. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on my Bible, don't tread on my guns. Don't you tread on my faith in God's only Son. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on me. Better leave me alone, cause I wanna be free, and I damn sure fight for my liberty. I'm telling you, brother, don't tread on me. The time has come, gonna take a stand. Spread these words all across the land, from sea to sea. Don't tread on me. So tell your neighbors, tell all your friends, gonna see that eagle flying high again. You better believe. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on my Bible, don't tread on my guns. Don't you tread on my faith in God's only Son. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on me. Better leave me alone, cause I wanna be free, and I'll damn sure fight for my liberty. I'm telling you, brother, don't tread on me. Yeah, I'm telling you, brother, don't tread on me. No. This is a fight we better damn sure win for the love of the country. I'm telling you, friend. Don't tread on my Bible, don't tread on my guns. Don't you tread on my faith in God's only Son. Don't tread on me. Don't tread on me. Better leave me alone, cause I wanna be free, and I damn sure fight for my liberty. I'm telling you, brother, don't tread on me. I'm telling you, brother, don't tread on me.
Well, there's a lot of different subjects to talk about, honestly,
Oh, I know. Well, here,
over the course of the next, month at least.
especially like this one.
Doge and OMB also found that there was about to be 50 million taxpayer dollars that went out the door to fund condoms in Gaza. That is a preposterous waste of taxpayer money. So that's what this pause is up.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. But also, Steve, remember how I was telling you about the La Migra in your area?
Yeah.
Actually, these aren't. This was just it would be it was immigration, but oh fuck it here. Let's share with the class. Is man, I gotta get to it. Or did they just take it down? Is that the one I just got fact checked on because of they were literally marching in your neighborhood, Steve.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Right here.
It's just pissing people off more.
You're
Look
right.
at that. Oh, where's ICE? They could have grabbed a whole bunch of them.
I know. I honestly think they can go back to that the street corner and get these little fuckers. Oh, why can't it show it? I'll have to show that video again, Steve. I just shot this evening, but
Okay.
I have to reconnect my computer to my cellular. Oh, I have to do this. This is how wonderful technology is. Now we'll be able to find your phone again. Fucking window. Yeah, I'm trying to recognize or get it the stupid thing to recognize and get in the computer. But yeah, with that plane crash or the helicopter hitting that plane, the general that was talking, I might show or rewind to that a little bit and play a little bit of it, not the whole thing again, Steve, but he was talking about how they can't see very well in
Yeah.
those things, which kind of makes sense when you start tilting the rotor is, and he said there's no, in that particular model, he doesn't think there was a black box in there, or voice box is what he called it.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't think it was devious, but also remember what we said, or I'm not gonna, you could say what you want to, but I'm taking the Dan Bongino rule of not making assumptions until 78 hours at least, or 72 hours or more. But go
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh yeah, you're right. But it's a lot of suspicion,
Yes.
air traffic control suspicion.
That's the one I was going for. It's not to grasp at straws or anything, but
Yeah.
you can't really reprieve. Oh, the guy was fatigued or this or that. No. We've been getting too many close calls. I think we're not getting the qualified people in positions, and that's a very important. Because look, we have each one of those planes. I'll show you the plane of what it was. It was one of those puddle hopper planes, Steve. You know, the ones with the engines in the back of it. Of the
Yeah. Oh, it's like a 88. Yeah.
yeah.
The same type of the T-tail that went down on the Alaskan airline because the bolt broke in the horizontal stabilizer and it's like a screw jack and it wasn't greased and it dried up and broke so they could control the plane.
It's messed up. This one, you're right. I've been, like I said, I've been seeing a lot of videos where they're close calls. Airplanes either trying to get collided together or get close together.
Oh
or
yeah,
do a aborted.
I've heard of that a lot lately. So and that honestly, that would be DEI stuff because we never used to have that issue. Really, we did not.
Everybody took it as if you watch you go back and listen to the SR-72 pilot that died, the guy that had a burnt face. He
Yeah.
would say if you talk to a pilot, he would treat the air traffic control, no matter who you are, if you're a Cessna or an SR-72, he said they would treat you all with a certain way, you know, with respect, and they would have some sort of professionalism to them, you know.
Right.
And you know they had a tone and all that other stuff. Nowadays it's like, you know, you have other stuff added in there that's not, you know, normal talk that's not supposed to be there,
Yeah.
normal jargon. No one told you to move like that, or you know, all
Oh
that.
yeah, it's not kept on a really professional level. I've heard some of that stuff.
Mhm. Yeah.
You know, and the pilots are tired of hearing it, but we got DEI pilots now too. That's real. And the thing is, these airplanes nowadays pretty much fly themselves.
Which is dangerous. Yeah, I mean, not for that
It's
part,
good,
but idiots.
but yeah, but if you're not a good sound pilot and
Mhm.
something goes really bad, you're screwed.
That's what I mean. Just like I just said with my sister. She's got a Subaru, as people would know it. It has the auto brake for you. It already has it has a sonar where it automatically, as soon as you start getting up to something, if you don't hit the brake, it'll start hitting the brake for you. It starts taking away that skill of yourself of when to start braking, when to emergency brake if you have to. It's taking that away. It's also taking the lane changing away from you because it's automatically keeping you in between lanes.
Right. Right.
It's curbing people learning skills. It's not adding to it.
Well, it's like a lot of cars nowadays because with all the traction control, they usually don't spin out. And I was asking my grandson the other day, do they teach you in school how to compensate if the rear end starts coming around? No, they don't. They don't teach the kids that anymore. So when I get a big field or somewhere later and I get my truck running and we're in the snow, take them out and show them how to counter a skid.
Yeah, that's some of the wisest things they could learn to do is to learn to get out of skids or learn, do small little life
We
change.
know with the anti-lock braking systems, you usually don't skid. They don't tell you if you're skidding wheels are unsteerable. You don't want to skid.
Yeah.
But with the anti-lock systems nowadays, and I'm sure about half of them don't work all that great. So there's just a lot of stuff, just like you're saying though. They're taking away that skill set that you really need to drive the car. You can't always rely on that stuff. You really can't.
No, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't rely on. You know what I mean? It's a nice little helper there, but and it doesn't help you. If you're still a dumbass going around a corner at 60 miles an hour and the corner is rated for 25 or 20 miles an hour, you're still gonna wrap around that fucking pole, whether it has traction control or not, or
Yeah.
stability control or not.
Well, feel
Or
good cars don't warn you, they just let go. Back in the old days, the tires would start squealing, get all that body roll.
Oh yeah, now
You knew you were pushing it really hard. Now the cars just kind of dig in, but eventually the front wheels will let go and you'll skid.
oh, you could see a lot of it with these Charger videos or Challenger videos going on now. People that ran out of skill and they're making vehicles with a bad. It's like the crotch rockets back in the day gave motorcyclists a bad name. It's the same way as what Dodge people are doing right now.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah, the other brothers, let's put it that way.
Oh, I was
Those
talking about that. I was just talking about the idiots under that umbrella. They're underneath the Mustang umbrella now.
Well, everybody, yeah, Mustangs go out of control too easy. They have a tendency to lose control.
Yeah.
But why is it everybody's trying to outrun the state troopers? And then they try and outrun them with a V6 or a stock RT Charger like mine, which is a little slower unless you open the computer up and let it go. Then it's not. But if you have a stock RT Charger, you're not going to outrun a county Mountie if they're in their Charger. Besides, most of those are all-wheel drive Hemi cars.
Too many videos, dude. They watch way too many videos and get influenced by that shit. Just like
Oh yeah,
I was talking to someone this evening. I said about when it comes to weed and all this shit. I said, these guys are fucking retarded. Someone was talking to me about overdosing. I said, there's no way. You have these guys with dabs, you know, like a big slab of dab, you know, like it's you know, 1/8 inch thick or something like that, maybe the size of a piece of paper, and they're putting it up against the dabbing the rig and shit, and they're trying to dab the whole thing, and it's like those fuckers are coughing and blowing out the whole time. It's like if they haven't overdosed and died and kicked over yet, then there's no fucking way that you could do it.
yeah.
No fucking way. I mean, you know, it's like this is so stupid to even bring that up in the, you know, with all that shit, you know, and the news was bringing that. Like my mom or my grandma told me that 5 years ago. All these kids are dying from all these edibles. It's like, no, they're not. I said, Grandma, they're gonna feel like they're fucking dying, but they're not dying.
Yeah.
They're never gonna die. So they're just gonna get a good night's
Laying on
sleep.
the floor. I can't move, and then bust out laughing. You know, you can't.
Yeah.
They die. They die because they can't stop laughing. Yeah, usually two people that are smoking rarely ever get. There's no fighting. Everybody's mellow. You get a couple people drinking, and that's things go bad really quick. As in the military back, there were certain guys we wouldn't go drink with because those are the guys we have to pull off other guys and drag them out of the bar before they get us all beat up. So when you go out, they weren't invited anymore.
Wow. You get those angry kind of people quite a bit, and it's kind of sad that I mean, who knows what they have pent up in them or the reasons why they did it. You know, because some people actually are holding on to trauma or you know what I mean? I don't think it's just mean drunk, bad drunk, but yeah, I hate hanging out with certain people like that. You know, the angry drunks.
Yeah, and some people that are, I don't know. It's just not good. It's not even good to use that stuff. It's not even good to really drink. You know, a little bit's okay, but don't get drunk.
I know it's in the Bible, but I let's say I grow food and herbs, you know, if I want, which is my favorite herb right now would be lavender, and if I want to use that as a essence, you know, a herbal essence and extract it from my plants and leaves it myself, I have to use alcohol. So what do you think? It's taking the life essence out of the plant. What do you think it's doing to you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's moving those oil, taking the oil out like you talked the other day. You're displacing water. You know what keeps the cell? You got to have water. Displaces oxygen, and so you're hurting. You're slowly, when you start feeling that buzz or whatever, you're slowly killing your brain. You really are.
Yeah.
And you're removing the essence from your body too, because a lot of those oils are hard for your body to replace unless you know to take them.
Yeah, most people don't know to take them. And doctors, they've been either indoctrinated or there's been some, I'm not saying all doctors are terrible. There's some doctors that want to know that, but or want to help people out, but don't know better. You know what I mean? Don't know that the homeopathic and or the ways that God made it for us to do, or who made us for it to do, you know, the stuff coming out of the ground, whether it's wormwood, which is ivermectin.
Yeah.
And you know, we could find all sorts of natural stuff like that, or hydroxychloroquine, which is the orange peel or a lemon rind, and the
The grapefruit and lemon.
Yep.
Rind.
So
So that stuff. I mean, I wish we could actually, like the Dead Sea Scrolls, find the book of herbs that we think Shem took with him when he went to the east. Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm reviewing it. Give me a second.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's it at? Oh.
Oh wow! Oh wow! Okay, on track again.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. This thing is actually kind of tragic. This incident here.
Light is the jet, and the
That is
faster
just
light,
all
the
those
smaller
people on
light
that
is
aircraft
the
too, man.
helicopter.
I know.
Although I'm not 1,000% sure of that.
That's over
there's the
water too.
impact
I didn't
and-
notice that.
and the brake.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the aircraft was heading
do you have a
towards
theory?
us. It had its landing lights on.
General believes that the helicopter
Yeah.
is a smaller light.
So I
I think
mean,
At first I thought
so
it
that
was-
means the helicopter came in from the side and the pilot couldn't see it.
Right here. Yeah.
Yeah, see it? That's coming towards us.
The pilot couldn't go anywhere because that other plane was coming in. I didn't notice
Well,
that.
and then the pilot didn't even know the helicopter was coming up on him.
I don't think either one of them knew they were coming up on each other, to be honest with you.
That'd be kind
I
of
don't
hard in a helicopter to see that, man.
Oh, I
We'll
know.
see. We'll give it the Bongino time.
Yeah, the 72 hour.
Yeah, let's see what's going on.
That's the best thing to do because remember, all these guys, they want to jump on. Oh, I got to get my clicks. Everybody, hey, breaking this, breaking that. It's like, no. This happened. Let's all take this evening and pray for these guys and even the family members because that's devastating. These guys could have been coming home for vacation. Hey, I got you a doll. That's a dad in there. There's a mom in there. There's family members inside that plane.
Yeah. It's kids. I mean, think about that. Holy smokes, man.
Yeah. And it could have been like we talked about before, all have to do with the DEI hire because, you know, I don't know if you've been seeing it on the social medias, but a lot of the them having near misses at the airports are just getting stupid. And
Yeah, I've heard that a lot, and then directed off the runway, and airplanes skid off the runway. It's just, you know, parts falling off the airplane, tires blowing, cargo doors coming off, engines just shattering. There's just too much stuff happening.
yeah,
It's not a good thing.
we've had the fourth F-35 happen in the last 2 years. An incident happened with that.
Yeah.
Fall right out of the sky. I'll bring it up in a second so we can.
Yeah, that was just it's like the engine shut off and it was done.
That was in Alaska, by the way.
Yeah.
I was gonna say usually these ticky-tacky things aren't very, or Insta-face, whatever that is, Instagram, are usually not that long because people can't, what do they do with life? Oh, that was more than a minute and a half. Stop it! Can you repeat that, please? Can it
Yeah.
go? Is that what they do? I mean, for the love of God, it gets annoying because like that. Okay, what happened? These guys could have walked the other side of the motor. What happened? Continue with the video, please. I mean, it's news to me. That's my 35 mil. I might have bought like 3 screws in that fucking aircraft, but still, that's my
Yeah.
aircraft.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, Steve? It's
Yep.
like, come on, explain yourself, Lucy. Come on, Lucy, explain yourself.
Mm.
If they could, seriously, if they're on the base and they can do that, and the boss let the whoever commander let them do that, why couldn't it go any further? I'm not saying like let's run up and see components, but how bad was the plane damage? Because we should see a photo afterwards, maybe.
Well, there's nothing left of it. Usually when they hit like that, they just, all the aluminum and all the freaking, all the stuff that's, radar resistance just burns up.
Okay, I was gonna say it didn't look like a big
Everything
fireball.
it's just a pile of aluminum laying there when
Yeah.
it's done.
I didn't get to knock on it. That's the one thing I like to do is knock on aircraft or things to feel what it's made out of, And like I told you, we were I was within distance of that of doing it to the F-35
Wow.
at the air show. But they were
They're
worried.
if they're letting people that close to it, then that means that airplane's really outdated. We got other stuff. Because the Chinese are going crazy too, building their stuff. So
Oh.
their new fighter has 3 engines, which the way they're designed, the heat signature will be really bad on it.
They're-
Really bad.
Someone's starting to talk about we have a F-40 is what it's called now, is our new fighter jet. It's a mixture between the Raptor and what the F-14 used to be. Except for the wings don't sweep back, they slide forward and backwards. It's kind of a weird setup.
Yeah. Well, there's gonna, and then the SR-72, they're confirming that's becoming more and more prevalent, like call it the dark star, for that movie.
Yeah.
But that was actually a way of introducing people to it.
Yeah, they do that all the time, and then when you talk about, oh yeah, that's just off the movies. That's just mumbo jumbo.
Yeah. Well, wait till we start seeing these motherships eventually. And they'll be like, oh, Star Wars. Oh,
This video game, that video game.
yeah. Just feel the force, Luke. Have all the new agers going crazy. Just feel the force.
Oh, that part's hilarious. These guys are, oh, we love Star Wars. And then George Lucas is like, what the fuck does Star Wars turn? I want my stuff back. Disney. And I think it was in his contract. If they go too fucking far off there, he's gonna get it back because he's starting to take it back. I think that's just hilarious. Because they tried to squeeze every little dime where you could come up and go build your own lightsaber for $1,000. I don't know what it really was.
Oh yeah, these guys. Yeah, you'll freaking die if you touch the blade.
I know.
You'll die.
Can't clean it.
And then my mom and dad, they bought this vinyl green couch with vinyl black handles on it. Had these weird designs in it. It had that 60s avocado, a little darker than avocado green. And look at, and nowadays you sit on it, you sweat your butt off because you're sitting on vinyl.
Oh, and the other part is when you sweat, it'll stick to your leg or when you come off and peel it. Ooh.
Oh yeah, it's like driving a vinyl car. You never, like the old vinyl seats in my Roadrunner. You can't wear shorts in there. Your legs stick to the vinyl.
It'll hurt. And
Yeah,
also be hot
especially
too.
in summertime. You freaking get burned from the vinyl. It gets
Mhm.
hot. Yeah.
The good old days. Back when you used to have 2 keys for cars, there was no such thing as a fab or piece of shit push start. The good old days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's not trying to be old, but there's fucking push starts. Our cars, you actually had to work at stealing them back.
Now they just walk around with that crazy antenna outside your house. Because the fob is talking to the car and they want to pick up that frequency. Then they dump it into the box. They get in your car. The box thinks the key's in the car. Hit the button and drive it away.
Yeah, and they made it. It's the Dolphin. They made it for I think $69.99 now or $129.99. But yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like I'm
You
not
have
saying
to-
anything new. You can look it up, but
You have to put certain kill switches in the cars. You can do a remote kill switch like that would shut the fuel pump off, an actual solenoid in there that would disconnect the power.
the only downside with that stuff is I've noticed is down the road maintenance. It'll cause
So
the
you could
owner-
do a simple,
something simple. Okay.
yeah, but if
Not too
someone
many
doesn't
ideas.
know about it and it goes bad, they're gonna be like River hunting, trying to figure out what's wrong with the car.
Yeah, and forgetting about it, like 3 years down the road, going, "Oh shit! Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about doing that because I lived here." Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, if I had one of the Hellcats or something like that,
Mhm.
I would put a couple kill switches. I might just torment them and put one on the console with 6 switches. And they all have to be on, off, on, so they all have to be flipped in a certain direction to work. Starting your car, it's like on, off, on. Okay, now I can start it.
Well, that's how some people, to be honest with you, feel when they see all those switches in race cars. When
Yeah.
they see the 8 switches up there, and people are like, "Oh, well, duh. Obviously, you need this, you need that." I don't want to, break it down for people so they can know how to do it and start it up. I mean, it's not too difficult to know what you need for. What's the first thing you need for power?
Yeah. You go to the back of the car and hit that switch, your battery switch on the back. If you have a conventional, not a drag race. I mean, I don't know if a dragster has those.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah.
They make you do it in case you're upside down or yeah.
But I see a lot of street cars, hot rods that have that switch in the back behind the bumper.
They also have that stupid toe thing too.
Yeah.
Get towed from.
Oh yeah, it's ended up in the top of the roof, comes out. It's got that metal thing, and you put a thing in it, and a hook, and then you tow your car back from your roof. Because there's nothing to connect to in the front end on a lot of them, because a lot of fiberglass are setting too low. So you
Yeah.
can't hook underneath, it'll push up on the fiberglass.
Some of them are starting to get push cars, Steve.
Are they?
Yeah, they'll get one, just some sort of car, Mini Cooper or whatever. Get a push bar, push it from behind. That's what the Pro Mod guys are doing and stuff like that. Top Fuel are still yanking them normally, but
Yeah.
well, I can't quote. I haven't seen them in 3 years, whether live or on TV. Certain hosts turned me off of that shit. Wussies.
Oh, really?
Oh, fuck yeah. The guy was woke. Tony Petragon. I wouldn't listen to that bastard. And not to mention, he had so many explosions. Like, okay, dude, tune your fucking nitromethane funny car right. And don't bitch the rest of us. I mean, it is a dangerous sport. Anybody that knows anything about nitromethane motors, there's something bad that can happen. You're dealing with grenades, or not grenades. You're dealing
Oh
with
yeah,
dynamite.
yeah, you are. And just like when you take a stock engine block on a 5.9 Dodge diesel and try to squeeze 3,000 horsepower out of it. I had a customer do that. Pieces of the engine landed in the stands. It blew up so bad. It was like a violent, even damaged the dash inside. Totally blew the nose off of it that we built, a fiberglass nose. And just chunks went everywhere.
Yeah, 1320 videos got some of those, and other people do the same thing. The dyno videos. And
Yeah.
it's just dangerous. I mean, if you're pushing something to the limit that's not made, like you said, for that, I mean, some of them are starting to get billet motors, but
Oh yeah. And then what he did is they took a chunk block of aluminum, billet aluminum, and CNC'd an engine block out of that. Yeah, because the 5.9 was not designed to stand 3,000 horses. I'm sorry.
Well, it's like LS's right now, man. People are trying to bring those spider webbed stock like LS's that are basically thin and done to a certain way to only work on, not only, but made to work and designed to work on the street. But there
Right.
is like people like Texas Speed and others like that that took the LS and made it to where you could put, like you said, up to 2,500 horsepower, not 3,000 that I've heard of. Well, maybe 3,000 with them might
Well,
be
unless you get the Dodge Viper, those guys are pushing those to 3,000 horses on the street.
on the V8 or the not the V8,
That,
but the
that
stock
V10.
V10. Yeah.
Yeah. That's insane. And then a lot of the like the Gen 3 Hemis, I seen those actually with the stock pistons in them, actually with a with a turbo, they run that thing up to like 1,100, almost 1,200 horses stock, bottom end.
Yeah, the
The only
technology.
thing it did was break, and when they got up to over around 1,100 horses, eventually broke the second ring, broke the ringland, the wiper ring, cracked the ringland, but it didn't blow apart because they're, those aren't blower pistons to begin with. But the Gen 3 Hemis can take crazy amounts of horsepower. So, but the first ones from 2005 till about 8, they're not as strong as block. Rods aren't quite as strong. So there's a lot of that, but they upgraded from 2009. I don't know if I remember right. Started in 2009. They went to the Gen 3. Better flowing heads, a lot stronger block, rods, pistons, everything.
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember people using them, but then the people float around everywhere. Now it went from LS's, everything we get in LS swap. Now they're going to Coyote. Well,
Yeah.
then it tap danced into the elephants and the hell of bullshit from Dodge. 'Cause everything's
Elephant.
hell now.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I mean?
know. Yeah, the Demon 170, the crank didn't get pinned, so the front pulley blows off of it. They're just pressed on pulleys. So whenever you supercharge it, there's a kit. You can drill it and then you tap a pin in.
I think this is where the woke people at Dodge started fucking up and having them being sold out and all that, to where, because they knew exactly what was going to happen to these motors. Because right now there's a fight between LS Coyote and Dodge is a little bit fighting into it. But I mean, in the drag racing communities, if you start hearing about where anywhere from no prep or regular street engines to all the way up to almost Top Sportsman would be right, to me, is right under Pro Mod. When it
Yeah.
comes to motors and speed and the chassis has a lot to do with what you do too. Because going
Yeah, it
from a
does.
regular one to a Pro Mod or Top Sportsman to a Pro Mod is stretching and narrowing and everything up to the front weight wise.
Yeah, yeah. Well, a lot of like Dodge, since they got rid of the woke French dude or whatever the heck, whatever his name was, now they're pulling the company back again. And since they just got the new EPA guy in tonight, he was confirmed in for today. So guess what? No more catalytic converters. You can take the that diff system off the diesels now.
By the way, there was a guy, a muscle guy. I don't know who he was. He was huge, muscle bound. Wears Daisy Dukes and stuff. Always talks a little bit weird, like Southern like. He goes, "This is diesel douche." That was the funniest fucking thing I saw. It's like diesel douche. Douche for your diesel. And honestly, JH Diesel and PFI Speed and others like them honestly should be getting their fines back from the EPA.
Oh yeah. In fact, they caught one of the EPA guys, said, if you give me $5,000, this will go away.
Yeah, they did that to those two guys. They extorted them. That's why the $500,000, go away. You can no longer delete the DEF system, because that's what JH Diesel said a lot of his business was. of deleting the taking off the diesel douche systems. And he says he was giving them more horsepower. The engines were lasting longer.
Oh yeah, because it actually plugs the intake up port from the diff, and then you destroy the motor because of the diff. You lose horsepower and you destroy the motor. It's like here, you're adding all this alcohol in the fuel, your gas mileage goes down. So you're burning more fuel, really you're polluting more, but it all falls into the state gets more road tax because their people are burning more fuel. Out here after COVID, I noticed the stoplights probably increased almost a minute per stoplight. You sit a lot longer to light. So what are you doing? You're wasting fuel. And then they put more lights in. So you're constantly hitting the brake, restarting. They want you to burn a lot of fuel so they can, take their tax money and send it when these states get investigated, you're going to find a lot of the money for the states have been getting laundered out. Where's all the cash for the marijuana for all the schools? How come they're still needing more money for the schools? How can they monitor the cash with these guys?
Your roads too, man. I mean, you're supposed to go to fixing your roads. By the way, and you're literally in the first 2-3 years of your place, yeah, the road from Nebraska going into Colorado, right there around Julesburg area, was perfect. It was smooth as a baby's butt. Then all of a sudden, every fucking cut you could start Now, Mom and I, when we did it a year ago, we went through there in June. We actually had to get all the way over in the left lane to go through there in that area. They say, oh, it's illegal to go in the left lane. You have to be on the right. Fuck you and your law. Make both sides smooth. You're getting tons of fucking money on it. You're getting so much money. Weed has gone down to where they're almost giving it away, just like they are in most states. So that right there ought to tell you something about, cost and demand. Value goes down on things. That's where
under high demand, yeah.
Yep.
Because a lot of it's moving through the system.
Yep. That's where when in Trump's economy, we were able to buy all sorts of shit and still have money left over. Sometimes it was shit, to be honest with you.
It's like I just went to the store tonight to buy a couple of things, and it's like it's just way too much money.
Mm-hmm.
Then I might needed to get fuel, but I wasn't going to get fuel at the Maverick up there by Walmart in Elizabeth. So it's like, I don't want that. That's and it's way overpriced. The gas has gone up everywhere.
Yep.
And it's not, technically it should have gone down because it went up as soon as Biden, no offshore drilling, exploring, blah, 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 blah. Boom, it shoots up. And then Trump opens everything up and it still wants to go up.
You know why? I mean, I don't know exactly why, other than they're trying to push the screws to us the last little bits they can. Trump's only been in there 9 days.
Yeah, I know.
Can't blame the man for it right now.
Oh no, you can't.
But
He's doing his best.
He will, mark my words, he will make them pay. He'll put them on their knees again where they're paying us for oil like they did before. He will make them pay. It's just a matter of time. He honestly told us in one of his rallies, I forgot which one, give me about 6 months, 6 to 8 months, and this will be a completely different America. And you'll be loving it. And you just got to give me some time. But also, I mean, the Lincoln Riley Act he just passed. Yeah, that was a huge one. I mean, we need more stuff that keeps coming, and I'd like to. We need to take it easy on the JFK thing because I want to know. I mean, when it comes out, it's just like all that January 6th shit. Oh, we have 10,000 hours. Where the fuck's the 10,000 hours?
Oh, a lot of the J6 committee destroyed a lot of that. You know how they're going to get Fauci in them? They're going to get him at state level. Idaho is going to indict him.
I seriously think it's also the military. Did you hear about the sealed indictments? I got to find out where they were again.
No, those were going, they were going crazy. Oh, we got 150. We have 52,000 sealed indictments. It's like, Do you want to laugh now, or you want to laugh later?
I don't know. I'll be laughing at him later because I believe some of those are true about the sealed indictment.
Oh,
I
I
can go
think
back to those
there's
pages, but
yeah, but I
What-
don't
what-
think
yeah.
there's like there could be quite a few, but not these crazy amounts some of these guys were saying. They were just, 1 week it starts out 150, then it's 1,300, then it's 2,500. No, we have 15,000 sealed indictments.
oh, the last one I saw was going to make you laugh, Steve. There's actually a website on it. I think it's a government one, but I lost it since 2020 when Patriot Soapbox got taken off of YouTube. That's where
Yeah.
I found the website from, or because they redid the research. But it was 200,000 sealed indictments. And Juan talked about that the other day. He also said each indictment can have up to 99 different indictments or people on that indictment. Which actually, if you start thinking about it, it has to spider out that way, Steve. Okay, here you go. P. Diddy. Then P. Diddy branches off where he did something with Jennifer Lopez. Then Jennifer
yeah.
Lopez has somebody, and then it will. Oh, damn it! You shouldn't have moved. Or darn it, you shouldn't have moved. And that branches off into that one. Then that branches off into some of it. If you really think logically wise, it may make sense. I know what you're talking about. Where some are, oh, we have this many indictments. Let's all get excited. But I mean, I don't know what the hell it's. Some of it could be very small too. Small indictment, not have to do with the big picture, like what we're talking about, Steve.
Right.
I don't know. This is where we're gonna have to wait to see. I know some of it has to have tangible because we're still waiting on the ball to drop and the military to sit there and do what they need to do and what they've been trained to do, is to
Sure.
capture the enemy and foreign and
yeah.
domestic.
Well, and then I strongly believe this, that we're going to see the arrest eventually. It's going to happen. And I strongly believe because Trump wants to do tariffs and get rid of the IRS because the 16th Amendment was illegally brought in, and we need to do a show after researching that, the 16th Amendment. And that has to do with the IRS making us pay taxes because they didn't do the 2/3 vote, and they didn't do, you have to have 2/3 of the states to ratify it, and they didn't do that. So it's not, and I'm almost positive that that's what's wrong with it. It's an illegal insertion.
You're right. Not to switch the subject. Remember this, Steve, that you told me to play?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead and play that.
In the history of California, I think, has anything bigger than that happened in the whole country ever? It looks like, I don't want to say what it looks like, but you know what I'm going to say. It looks like something hit it. And we won't talk about what hit it, but it is a bad, bad situation.
Globalization is over, and we're taking Davos down with it. Trump went to Davos and dictated to them to boost spending on defense.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Looks like something hit it, and we're not going to talk about it.
Do weapon.
What's he telling us, man? He's telling us.
Yeah, without
It was purposely done. That's why Gruesome Newsom and Fish Face Bass, they're done. They're done. Yeah. And the water lady, their water director that gets paid $250 a year, the fire chief that gets paid $450 a year, along with her fire assistant chief that if you're a male in the wrong part of the building, you shouldn't have been there. You're going to burn. No. But no, that's the do weapon thing. That's real because there was infrared stuff, infrared cameras catching stuff coming down, and then there's fire starting from it. And then there were people on the ground doing stuff too.
Yeah, people were catching those. At first, I thought that was crap. Oh, you're blurry. I thought that was crap at first. People doing the fires. I mean, I knew they were doing the fire part, but I thought that was a distraction because the do weapon. I did see the lasers coming down. The only thing I did not do is I did not verify if that was Maui or another fire, Paradise. Where they did the laser.
Oh, the one in Paradise, California. That had the same issue.
But we never saw the lasers on that one because I don't think anyone was prepared. But I don't know if it makes a noise, that laser, or you know.
No, it's silent. Lasers are silent and they're invisible to the naked eye unless you're looking through infrared to see it. Otherwise, you won't see them. You just start, what the heck? Suddenly vaporized. It's not like on Star Trek where you see,
It doesn't make the noise.
yeah, Scotty, I need phasers now. We got to burn down California. No, it's just that's a bad joke. Sorry.
I know what you mean, but
Yeah.
yes, no, this just the whole situation's getting ridiculous. I'm transferring over the video right now of the you know, what we saw a little bit ago. That was not recorded because I don't know, something happening. Oh, I went out to eat and I ate out at Runza, a local you know, burger place. It's because I didn't have enough time to come home and thaw things out. My sister's husband's mother needed medicine, you know, the edibles.
Oh,
Yeah, and I had to tiptoe because she loves witchcraft.
does she?
Her exact words. So I had to walk away from it because I was telling her pharmakia was witchcraft in the Bible.
Yeah. It's
But
basically you're making potions. That's what it is.
I love that. Yeah, she could, but she's got the Disney world of the witchcraft, the potions. You know what I'm talking about? I'm thinking. I don't know if she knows about the dark part of it, where it's kids and other stuff.
It's all, any of that witchcraft is all dark because that was all subdued at the flood. Noah's grandson found all of that stuff from the fallen ones that was carved into stone tablets. He found them in a city and didn't tell Noah, and he went and they re-replicated them and then came back. So that's from the fallen ones. The 12 actually 200 angels, the watchers that came down. But yeah, we're told not to mess with it, because remember when Saul had one of his guys go to the witch of Endor. It's real, you know, it sounds like Star Wars stuff. The Witch of Endor. Yeah, well, was a real witch at Endor. And Saul, God quit talking to Saul because he didn't do what, you know, Yahuwah didn't do. He didn't do what Yahuwah wanted to do after, I believe it was the Canaanites he defeated. So, and then what came before him, when this witch resurrected what she thought was the soul or the spirit of Saul, it was a familiar spirit pretending to be him. So all these people at seances and stuff, oh, yeah, your uncle, yeah. No, those are familiar spirits. So, yeah, there's a lot there. When you get in the Book of Enoch, it covers over a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, you know, back on the subject, you know, the DEW weapons, we need to probably really put something together on that. Put something together on the maybe the 14th and the 16th Amendment of the Constitution. Let's dissect Greenland. What's going on there? Because Greenland has a big hole in the middle of it. So they say. That, you know, when you go to Greenland and you look at it from Google Earth or anywhere else or whatever, or pictures, it's always iced over completely, so you can't really see it. So what with the X-ray though band, they can see through the ice and see what's under it.
Well, yeah, but they won't let us see that for a while.
No,
Like they're not gonna let us know what the hell's going on around this. Going on around us, literally, whether what we really look like. You know what I mean by that? Is there more beyond the ice walls, or is it just what we see here? Do we have a hole in the North Pole? You know, like that.
South Pole, Antarctic.
No, I mean, well, I know about that one with the with what's his name? The guy that went down there to fight.
Oh, that was Admiral Byrd.
Yeah, Admiral Byrd when he did that one.
Yeah.
That hole, yes, but there was also one at the North Pole because of a mutual person we knew with the calendars had one of those. I can go grab the calendar right now where it shows the hole, in the earth.
Well, yeah, a lot of that too, before the flood, there were continents up there broke into at the very top. But after the flood, not all the water receded. That's why we have such big oceans now.
Hmm.
But the hole is technically, from what people say, are the light coming from inside the earth, is what we're seeing. And the charged particles are, enhancing them. So there's even the Book of Enoch talks about all the chambers in the earth. So there's a lot of stuff inside the earth too, a lot. But that's, we start getting into some really areas out there that I'm not a flat earther, but I don't think the planet looks like we think it looks. And I think it's a lot bigger than we think it is.
No, you're right. It could be. That's where I hate still being a prisoner on this planet to where we cannot easily go pop off of here and get this
Right.
question answered where we're okay, you want to keep questioning it here, go out there, go out to the outer part of space and
Well,
come back.
yeah, and then different power sources, because you build electrogravitivics, then you learn how to propel the ship with high voltage. Because high voltage, when you direct the high voltage like in front of a saucer, it actually creates basically a vortex, and it sucks it along. That's how, when I was reading about the flux liner, that's how it worked. The experimental electrogravitivic aircraft from the 50s, late 50s. It's called the flux liner. If you want, you can pull that up really quick. Let's put flux liner. Should be able to find it. All right. I don't know. We could get more of the stuff
Hey,
ready.
I'll look for it.
But if we had access to that as an average person, there's no way they would keep us on this planet. There's no way.
But what I come up with is completely different.
What do you have?
A bunch of fucking gloves.
Flux liner, anti-gravity ship. Do that. Saucer.
Well, this one looks like a Nazi.
That's it. That's the flux liner right there.
Yeah, but these are also gloves too.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's what the flux liner looks like right there. That's it right there.
It literally looks like a fucking Nazi belt.
The Hanabu? Yeah.
No, the
Not
belt.
quite. The Hanabus were way more advanced.
This is the one that killed them because they had Mercury sitting in the middle.
Yeah, there's like mercury, but these guys didn't. They had to be insulated. You couldn't even have windows on it. So you have to use cameras to see out to protect them from the intense magnetism from the engines. So, but yeah, that's what that was actually, you could find that all over the place. And I wish I could find that site again. This guy had 700 patents that he had found. And this was in 2014, 13. I found them online, $700 for everything. and they're all rewritten so you can understand them. There are samples there. The government actually has saucers, patents, anti-gravity engine patents, all this stuff. And a lot of people had, there's a lot of stuff out there. But that disappeared like anything else, you know?
Well, that was the good old days where you can actually literally, the internet was useful. You could type in like what we're talking about, Steve, and you could look it up, or you could type in Disney on Ice, and it's not going to give you the schedule for the stupid next Disney show. It's actually
Yeah.
going to show you Walt Disney. Oh, you're blurry. Walt Disney being on ice.
Yeah.
Not bad, but you're still,
It's still
Not-
kind of blurry.
yeah, not quite prescription bad, but you're there.
Yeah. This thing sucks.
Oh, I know.
I don't think I'll be buying any more Logic cameras.
You might have to download the Logitech software, man, and then install it, because that's what I have with my this piece of shit, because I bought mine from Wally World.
Yeah, well, I did download, I have to find a control panel for it again. I was trying to create an icon. Usually you download stuff. It used to give you a choice of putting an icon on your desktop.
Yep.
A lot of times it doesn't do that now.
Oh, you fucking kidding me? That's another reason why I wouldn't want that piece of shit Windows 11. And you know, why can't they let us sit with something happy? It kind of reminds me too of you know, like playing video games or watching movies. Why can't we have a hero that actually kicks ass and does something? Why do we always have to have fucking drama in the damn movie? Or video game? Why do we always have to have drama?
I don't know.
Oh, kick ass. Oh, they get something taken away, or something gets taken away, and then oh, it's just sitting there defeating your spirit or defeating your enthusiasm to do anything, and you know, it's always doom, gloom, and always down this, and always trying to, you know, project shit to us being bad. And
Yeah.
I think it's time for, you know, the other way, to where we start getting, you know, getting that. I know we're already started winning because of look at the reaction from the other side.
Yeah. Well, I mean, watching the confirmations, that gives you a really good insight of what's going on the Democrat side party. They're actually becoming very vicious. I mean, they were yelling at
Sorry.
RFK. They were yelling. How unprofessional. They were yelling at the man.
Wasn't it Schumer that also yelled at somebody too? Of they're like, here you have this two-piece up here, onesie, I mean, for a little baby that says unvaccinated and unafraid. And he had the two pictures in the back of him, like it was something terrible, like it was Hunter Biden's laptop, and he's sitting there pulling that little girl's hair, and he's behind her, and she's naked, or you know, he's doing some smoking some crack on his phone with his wife, you know, bad. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? The kid's on facts like God meant us to be, because you know, God didn't want us to put all these poisons, these aluminums, these other shit in their body.
Well, even what the kids are getting, they're finding the aborted fetus DNA in there too. So now little kids are ending up with 3 DNA markers instead of 2.
Yeah, I've heard of other things too. I've heard of horse semen in there. I've heard of aluminum, or not aluminum too. Nanobites, or whatever that nanotech is in there, or graphite. That's where the magnetism comes from. And yeah, I mean, there's just two. Oh man, you went to prescription quickly. Anyway,
wow. I guess my camera needs glasses. Hello in there. Hey, can you wake up in there? Hello.
But yeah, this whole thing is just it's just unreal that they want to inject kids with poison. The sickness of them of wanting to do that is just absolutely unreal, especially with what they're wanting to do with people now, man. There are people still wanting to line up for those. It gets us shocked, yeah.
I can't believe I'm going down the road and I'm still seeing people out here wearing masks inside of their cars.
You know what that reminds me of, Steve? That reminds me of a guy wearing a condom masturbating. Gotta practice safe sex.
Yeah.
Well, here,
my lady that cuts my hair, she finally, a couple months ago, finally quit wearing a mask in front of me. She wore a mask because I'm unvaxxed.
I know. That's just like the doctor. Last time I went to see the doctor, like 2 or 3 years ago, he's like, "Are you? He came in with no mask. Are you vaccinated? No. He ran over the mask and put it on. It's like, you fucking pussy.
The mask doesn't work against that.
Bingo.
Like I seen Darth Vader when he was walking in front of the troops, our former Secretary of Defense. He had on a mask, a black mask. He had a shield over the front of his face and a big giant medal with a big ribbon. And it's like, geez, dude, if you aren't Darth Vader, I don't know who is.
Oh, that would have been good to see. But speaking about that, we
I'm
had.
trying to move to.
Well, I'm thinking about. I'm going to share a screen real quick, see if that brings it back. The
Okay.
focus, but the on our one of the busiest streets here at 72nd and Dodge here, and we had these little soy boy panty waist.
Oh,
doing-
the illegal protesters.
yes.
Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? USA! USA! USA!
Here, I'll get it.
Losers!
USA! USA! Fun!
Losers!
USA!
Loser! USA! 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 USA!
USA! USA! USA! There's more of us than you! More of us than you! More of us than you!
You don't like it? Get out!
USA!
Leave!
USA!
You don't like
USA!
Leave!
USA!
Leave!
USA!
Leave!
USA! USA!
Leave!
USA! 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 USA!
Leave!
USA! USA!
Fucking losers.
Yeah, and they kept crossing both sidewalks. That's why I told you, Steve, I wanted to go back for seconds. Not cause I'm not worried about these little panty waists.
Well, what the best thing would have done is kind of dangerous, but start interviewing them.
I know that. Why do you think I wanted to do that, Steve? And I'm
Well,
not.
yeah, but you're talking drive now. You go there because you have to have a cameraman on you while you're interviewing.
Yeah, to be safe. I know that's where Mom would have came into play and helped me out with the. And I'm gonna try to find a picture of my truck so people can. Oh, I can't do that. Never mind.
Oh, they were mad at your truck because it says Trump on the side glass.
I'm making sure they're not down there by my baby maple tree.
Oh, the deer.
Yeah, they're down there right now, but there's 3 juveniles in a bowl down there right now. They're not laying down; they're down there picking.
Oh,
So I hope they're not picking at or thinking about the tree. But I put down some. I put down some of that Irish Spring there for it. But you're right about this ice thing. That's where I kind of wish you were here, Steve, because you have enough gall to go out and interview. Mom doesn't. She doesn't want to go
oh,
deep.
I would interview if you held the camera. I'd walk through him and interview him.
I'd wear a helmet, but I'd interview him because these little fucking weasels would probably try to hit you from behind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not a helmet, but you know what I mean. The I think it would be like a skater helmet or something like that. You know what I mean? Where it does the skull and does the size, and because the injury that I have, it'll help protect from these little weasels. Because with
Oh, yeah.
numbers, they have bravery with numbers.
Yeah, when they're by themselves, they're not very brave.
You're right. That's where I wasn't talking about. I just wanted to go back and because I'm so tired of them with all their bullshit. If I could go wave
Yeah.
the flag and stir up the hornet's nest, you're right. I would interview, but my mother rather rush home.
You
Then
know, this is the deal. You know what you do? Go out there, you stir them up where it turns into gets really brutal, and then they have to call the cops. And then here comes Ice.
Oh yeah, by the way, I would be playing that song from Vanilla Ice.
Ice, ice, baby.
Do it playing that for my
It'd be
truck.
fun. Put it on the speaker. You start dancing around like Vanilla Ice. Ice, ice, baby.
Or hey, Steve, start doing the in the back of the pickup truck, start dancing like Trump.
Yeah. Then have Ice Ice Baby singing going.
I wouldn't be getting in trouble. The only thing that would tell me to do is stop instigating them and go away, as they're arresting them. That's pretty much all they would do. But that's where, honestly, I got to figure it out. I looked it up and it says we have to have publication or something stupid like that to actually be a press. Because I want to know who to file for dude, because I am press. We are the news now.
Well, yeah, and if there's a way you can find that out, then we can become part of the press. We can get passes and we can go different places.
Yeah,
because when you're the press, you can go different places. Just
well,
like
that's
Go
what
ahead.
we need. No, seriously, you're right. That's what. No, not to interrupt, but sorry, that's what we need because it gives us the access to go to places or stay around places that and or film. That we need to.
Yeah. Yep. Get a press pass.
Because they're deleting things. You're right. In 14, when you said when you were looking at things, you could go online, you could say, okay, Project Iceworm, you would have things pop up about that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Instead of today,
I was pulling up so much crazy stuff. I mean, I was like, what the heck? Have I been asleep this long? I mean, seriously, crazy stuff.
And that was before the full disinformation campaign started.
Oh yeah, that wasn't even a twitch in a gnat's butt at the time. There was no disinformation. There was just extreme crazy information. You could get whatever you were looking for, you could find.
And that's why we didn't have to worry about what search engines you had, because most of them led you to not most. It usually was Google was the better one because of the power behind it and the resources behind it is what it was.
Right. It used to be really good. Now it's extremely restrictive. If you want to find stuff, you don't go through Google. You don't go through. And a lot of them other ones are but you can find more stuff with DuckDuckGo. Even that's kind of been compromised. There's other ones I heard that were really, really good though. So I need to do some research and find those. I need to find a good modem because mine just is too weak. It just went down just a little bit ago. Everything died. I think that was the outside plant though that died on that. What can you see? What what's your signal from me?
Well, you got a full right now and you're white, but a little bit ago you were yellow and you even got to the point where you froze up for a little bit and then you talk like a chipmunk for 2 seconds or 3 seconds, where all the audio and everything catches up that was compressed.
Yeah.
But what I do usually when I find things out like computer wise like this or best antivirus is I look up what's the best modem for right now, like 2020, what's the best modem for 2025? And usually the idiots from the PC Mag does it, but I don't know if they have it narrowed down to where they actually did some research into it or where these companies are saying these are the ones that bought you out. You're 1, you're 2, you're 3, you're 4, you're 5. This one gives me the most instead of.
Well, I'm going to call up my carrier for the fiber, where I get my stuff through tomorrow. And I'm going to ask them to put a better router out here. And then I'll buy another modem. And I got to do something because it was really weird. Like when I was doing my thing, I was actually moving out of a position. And when I moved out of it, as soon as you click on it, it's almost instant. That's where you're at. The amount that I made actually went down that quick. And that usually doesn't happen. So somewhere there's a massive delay. And that could be pretty costly. So if this can't get cleared up, I'm going to get the money together and I'm just going to do Starlink.
Well, you might want to just try whatever your router or modem or whatever you say that is slow, and or upgrade that first. I'm not saying don't go to Starlink.
Oh
but
yeah, I'm going to upgrade it first to see if it doesn't clear this mess up.
But you're still going to
Right.
need that for Starlink, by the way, because
Huh?
what I understand, Starlink doesn't come with a modem. I think it comes with a receiver and then some way to bring it in. But I don't
Probably
know if
it
that's
comes
modem.
with a receiver and a router. But then there's the other alternative. I can hardwire directly to the router.
Yeah, we talked about that. So it's your.
I can actually I can move my office downstairs in the basement, but I like it up here better. So I can open up the window and I can see, you know, the mountains and the fields and Pikes Peak's right there. I
At
can,
night?
but yeah, if an airplane crashes on it, it's just being,
Oh no! Speaking about that, we didn't show it, Steve.
what?
The airplane crash. We didn't show it, just so you know. So we have to act the same way again. We saw it twice. We did not record it, buddy. I
Really
did
didn't
not, I did
record
not,
when we
I
just
did
watched
not.
it again?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Why do you think I jokingly said we have to watch it, and then you just skipped on? I was like, okay.
I thought we had already the second time around. It was fine.
I did not hit record.
Okay, we'll try that again
You
then.
got to remind me. Like I said, when I eat out, when I eat junk food, because when you say eat out, some people think women, you know what I mean? When I eat shit food, fake food.
Yeah, can I have a number 8, please? Because I'm eating out tonight.
That's the 5 o'clock shadow one. I don't need a lot of hair. Okay, enough with the the old fashioned jokes.
I know. Okay, we better quit that one.
Where we're sexist and all sorts of the other ists.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, but
$50 million in Gaza.
lawsuits? Oh, cotton.
The Gaza, yeah.
Well, actually, here's my first question when my mom told me that, because she was the first one to say that. I was like, are they fucking that much over there, or what the hell are they doing it for? She goes, no, they're filling it with helium, and then they're putting bombs on the bottom or some shit, and then it's dropping off. I was like, what the fuck? Who thinks of this shit?
Why would we be paying for their bomb-making material?
Yes.
That's how corrupt Schumer and the rhinos are. I'm saying Schumer because he's the head Democrat.
You're right, and it's going to be hard for them to come from this. And like the video I just showed, how could you honestly go for them? And seriously, please live stream your video of you coming off the plane with your gay spouse and you jerking off your gay spouse or whatever else your gay spouse, and live stream that whole shit. Make sure to have a third party view while you're getting stoned, not the way you want to, where they're throwing stones at your ass till you're dead, like biblical times.
Yeah.
And or like you said, Steve, I don't know if it was just you, but others, I think it was just you, throwing them off the roofs. I could have heard it from others, but that's what they do over there to gay people. So go try that over there.
They'll kill a gay person.
Yeah. And by the way, Steve, I just noticed the second time I watched that, or sorry, the third time we watched it, because we fucked up. Anyways, not one American flag there. That's why I kept telling you. There was not one American flag there that they were waving around. That was my American flag that I have up in my visor that I have hanging all the time. Wow. Not a full size, but yeah. I mean,
There was just Ukraine flag, it looks like, Mexican flag, probably
Palestine.
Yeah, all that.
I know. That's why I wanted to go back, because I had the American flag, I have a Trump flag, I have a Don't Tread on Me flag, and I don't know what the other one is, because I keep rotating my flags out. They ripped really easily, and they got up to like $12 a flag. You start adding that up, and it adds up real quickly for people on budgets, let's just say. And you rip it within 2 car rides of taking it outside, because the material is so cheap. Cheaply made. Yeah. So that's why I don't do it all the time anymore. Otherwise, I'll.
So let's watch that movie there again.
Oh, you want to watch the video of the?
But yeah, you got to record it this time.
No, oh, you mean the other part? Well, let's see what that was live video, by the way.
But you said that's you didn't record it on here when you were
No,
running.
no, I did. I don't know where to find.
You just shared the aircraft.
Okay, I didn't
Showed
know.
them running into, that's the section you showed several times.
Okay, I didn't know if I hit stop just now or not. It's just been an odd evening.
There it is. Go back. Okay, there it comes.
That's the helicopter. You could tell
Yeah.
how much smaller it
That's
is.
the airplane in front of it.
Yep.
Airplane was coming at us and the helicopter nailed it.
Yeah, you could tell that already. You could just tell by the size. And if you watch enough, well, look at it's the same as that is what fell. They showed the aircraft earlier of what it was. It was like a regional jet.
Yeah. One of the small, yeah. Just
Yeah.
made for short distances.
Kind of like well, not quite a puddle jumper, but two.
Yeah, it's a next size up. It has pretty good range.
Yeah. I was gonna try to see if I can go find something similar to it real quick. But yeah, it was it's also interesting to see where it happened. Like you could see it happened right up here actually. Because you'll see them, the helicopters going up and down.
Yeah.
But before you got to see these guys were all over the ground over here. But also, I forgot to tell you, I want to see if this is happening now while we're online. Is Colombia has been taking back people from, it actually said Colombian military. No, it said Colombian military coming out of a base right here. And then another one coming out from up here at Chad, wherever. It's on my other plane, on my other computer, I screenshot it. But they kept going back down to Colombia the last 4 days and flying back and forth, which was quite interesting. The Trump, calling them out. I like I said, I have it only on my other computer. I should have done it on this one, but I didn't think about it. Once you talked about having those other things for the show, I was like, okay, well, we have that one thing you wanted to see, and then this thing happened this evening where these losers are protesting criminals, so they're openly and wanting to obey criminals and felons here in this country. Because if you came here illegally,
Right.
like I said earlier this evening, there was a Mexican woman talking about all these people complain about who the fuck's gonna pick my vegetables and all that, and she goes, my uncle, he's a legal American citizen, a legal Mexican American citizen. He'll pick them. They want a fighting chance. They want to be able to be paid a livable wage. They're not going to get paid $3 an hour.
Yeah, because the illegals, they pay really cheap, and then they stopped the money. Remember when Doge first started coming about? And that was before Trump got into office, even before they started, that California was slated to get $100 million for laborers in the vineyards, for labor in the vineyards. And so laundering. And so why are we, the taxpayer, paying these vineyards for their labor to pick the grapes?
I know.
That doesn't make any sense. So to me, that was another money laundering operation.
Yeah. Yep. And they took advantage of it. What I mean by them is those groups, the Klan, the same one that Trump goes, oh yeah, I took advantage of the taxes. The same ones that you guys took advantage of.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I use it?
There's ways to get around that stuff. There's loopholes they built in the system that you can find. There you go. That's what it is.
That's what blew up. I mean, not blew up, but that's what got hit. Don't know where. Once again, I don't know if we mentioned it on the third time, but Steve mentioned it. I mentioned the first time. Steve mentioned the second time. Dan Bongino rule. wait 72 hours before making a conclusion of what happened, whether it's sabotage or whether it was neglect, because we know Steve and I have been watching videos separately of the people, the traffic controllers not doing their job properly, and or something happening where almost collisions happening with big airplanes, not just small ones, big ones.
Yeah.
747s and other cargos almost hitting each other due to negligence. I mean, the pilots were calling them out on it even. And if you think about it, some of those things or some of those pilots have how many 300 souls or more on board.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're talking a lot of people on an aircraft, and also takes. That's why personally, I probably wouldn't be a good air traffic controller, because I don't think I would be good at that. I would be too scared all the time. I didn't, wouldn't want people to get killed. That wouldn't be that's not my forte to be that way. But yeah, you have to be a certain type of person that's capable of doing that. You have to be very aware, very sharp. You can't have a bad night, oh, I didn't sleep last night, type of thing. Or I'm still drunk from when I partied the night before. You know what I mean? You can't be that way at all. You've got to be very uptight in a way of being very sharp all the time.
Especially the airport by you, dude. They say, LaGuardia and all that was busy, but man, sitting out there on your porch and stuff during the fall and winter or
oh yeah,
spring, and
when those banks of aircraft come in, they're constantly flying in.
One after the other, after the other, after the other. You're like, there's no break here.
No, there's not. So
yeah, and that general was talking about. I'll probably have to cut it in here or something like that. That video that we saw earlier, Steve. Just cut that in because we didn't talk about it. I mean, we didn't talk much about that. We just showed it or talk on it. We just showed, I might go find that general on the and cut it in there so we do like we did last time, and then we could talk about where he mentioned. He actually says you can't see very well in those aircraft. He said they might have had night vision or might not have had night vision.
Right.
Said that model he knows does not.
Well, and another thing too, though, the aircraft has, especially when you're coming in for landing, you got a lot of lights blinking on that airplane. From the side, from the back, you can see that aircraft with those bright lights. I mean, the green, the red, or whatever, they're flashing. All that. So it's just, I just find it all kind of weird, but we'll see. We'll see who is on the aircraft, the manifest, who was on the airplane. And they'll go back to the air traffic controllers. Was the helicopter on some kind of autopilot or something? And the pilots were looking down at their stuff. But that's quite a while to just be glued like that, especially when you're in a very busy environment like that, especially right around an airport. You got to keep your eyes peeled. You really do. And then they have radar, and there should be aircraft warning systems when another airplane is getting too close to you, I would imagine. So it's just all very peculiar.
It is. Especially remember last week, all the Apaches and everything going down.
Yeah.
And then now we have an F-35 going down that we saw earlier. Please tell me we recorded that on this fucking thing because I don't want to watch it again. We saw the F-35 go down, but that wasn't the only one that went down. There was one that did the autopilot after the guy ejected over in the Carolinas. Then you have the other one in Texas where he was coming in for a hover landing and one of the front landing gear gave way and the nose tipped down. Then he ejected out. This most recent one, the guy ejected or girl ejected out was in Alaska.
Yeah, it's like it just literally fell out of the sky. Literally fell out of the sky.
Yeah, and they were having AI problems with the AI and the algorithms with the first and second generation of AI they put in there. They said that there was problems and bugs in there and they had to continuously upgrade it and continue to go with the software or go into the software and deal with it. That was before all the wrecks that we had. And it's kind of interesting that we lost a lot of things. We are at war, but we're losing aircraft without being on the front, which is quite interesting. I'm not saying this one was a a war incident, but there's got to be some sort of trick to this to where, that someone had to control this. And when does the military kick in of controlling the traffic controllers there? Because like here, let's say, for example, in Omaha, if they have in Offutt, if they turn off their transponder, how is the other guy's going to see them? The other guy's going to see
Well,
them.
sometimes military aircraft, they turn off their transponders.
Or change frequencies. I mean, not to be a smart ass, but the fucking guy, the pilot goes, "We don't turn off our transponders." Say, whatever the fuck you do. He goes, "We change
Just
frequencies."
change the frequency on them. Oh, they turn them off. They have a way.
It's like, you smart ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was actually the R135 pilot, or one of the R135 pilots. Good luck. There's 30 of them. Good luck finding it. But yeah. I also think there's things changing because of I think DEI is coming out. I don't know actually if the commander of that I'm not going to say who it was, but the people that do those river joints was a female 2 or 3 years ago, and it's no longer a female now. So I don't know if that has to do with the cleaning up of the DEI or unqualified, because I asked those guys what happened to the female, and none of them answered me at the air show.
Which one was this?
At the in the 55th Squadron.
Huh.
She was
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of them were relieved of command.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, that's probably what happened, because even the Coast Guard commander, she got relieved of command. The Navy, they relieved this other lady of command. Then you just had the Secretary of Agriculture. She got canned. No, the IG. She was the IG of Agriculture. She got canned. The IG is the overseer to keep everybody in line.
I was told that the guy that ran for governor here, Herbster, was the one that's going to go run for that, but I'm not sure, or be nominated for it.
Who's that?
Herbster.
Here?
Yeah, no, from here. I mean, Omaha, or not Omaha, but Nebraska City. He's a friend with Trump. He goes down. He went to Mar-a-Lago of all the big things. The Mar-a-Lago ball. His party when he got elected. The other ball when he got inaugurated just recently.
Yeah.
And then he actually, I think it was his beef that went there, because they said it was Nebraska beef that fed him at the lunch.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm only coming to conclusion that it was his beef that did it. We have more than one beef farmer here in Nebraska.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming because of it's his buddy, but you never know. But
yeah,
it would be quite interesting to actually start getting patriots in. Did you also hear about the what was it? The security clearances being taken away? There's multiple ones being taken.
Oh yeah, the 50 FBI agents that said the Hunter laptop was fake. They all lost it. General, I'm getting tired. Milley, in fact, he lost all his security. Fauci, he lost his security. These guys are very wealthy men, especially getting paid off behind the scenes with China.